Good morning, YouTubers. Or should I say almost good afternoon? I've been up for about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours. I didn't sleep the greatest, didn't sleep the worst. Um, Today's a day of thinking and reflecting back on things, and it's kind of contradictory, because you're thinking about the road that you're going to travel down when there's no road to travel right now, physically, in a literal sense. And I'm doing a lot of reading that's right up my alley. The one book that I'm reading right now is um, Tangled Webs, which is written by a former Harvard Law School professor, and it deals with the three greatest cases of perjury in American history. And um, the one case, the Martha Stewart case, is the one that I'm trying to wrap my head around. When you hear about any event, whether or not it's the JFK assassination, whether or not it's the presidential election of 2020, whether or not it's the Martha Stewart case, there are always moving pieces to the puzzle. Okay. Things are never singular dimensional. They're always multidimensional. So trying to keep track of something that's going on in the left-hand corner, something that's going on in the right-hand bottom corner, something that's going on in the middle, and then the right upper corner, all that have an effect on each other. It's not even just mechanical, it's strategic, it's tactical, and you can't ignore that. You can't. Um, but yeah, I'm kinda trapped for today, and I'm not with the people that I wanna be with, let's put it like that, but I'm making the best of it. I'm shuttling through, I'll probably work out as much as I can with the resistance, with the 1980s resistance core that makes me look like I'm an extra on a Richard Simmons video. Um, and see what I can do. See what I can do for today. I know my hair's a mess. I'm like 2 months overdue for a hair, not 2 months, about a month overdue for a haircut, but, mm, it's neither here nor there. Debating, do I go for a second cup of coffee? Mm, yeah. What really blows with all this corona shit is that I can't do the activities that I wanna do in terms of with the channel. I had so much planned for the channel in 2020 that, for whatever reason, went by the wayside, and now here we are, we got what? The 1st month in of 2021, and not a whole lot is, um, changing. And the question is, how much longer do you think people are gonna take this shit, you know? How much longer do you think it's gonna be until people turn around and people say, "Hey, listen, we're not wearing the masks anymore. We're just not doing it, okay? If we wanna go and we wanna overflood a restaurant with 70% and they wanna serve us, come shut us down," you know? I mean, sure, they can arrest 10 people, they can arrest 20 people for it, they can find 10 or 20 people, but when it becomes universal or approaches it, somebody's gonna have to back down and show face, or to save face. Somebody's gonna have to back down to save face. And, I do believe that the virus is real, but I think that it's been exaggerated for political and socioeconomic purposes. I think that when the dust settles with all this crap, whether or not it's 13 months or 13 years, just like the Great Depression, there are going to be winners and there are going to be losers. Fortunes are going to be made and fortunes are going to be lost off of the coronavirus. You know, um, my biggest concern right now is, and I have a friend. I talk to him probably about twice a day, and I love I love my friend with all my heart, but you know he subscribes more to conspiracy theories and things of that nature than I ever will. But in the same token, it makes you wonder. And you can't help but wonder, all these small mom and pop businesses that are scattered about the state and are the backbone of so many little towns, whether or not it's Weedsboro or Keyport or Denellen or not so much Somerville because Somerville's a county seat, but you get the drift. All these mom and pop businesses that are the backbones of all these little towns. What's going to happen when an Amazon flag is draped over all these businesses so that you and I no longer have a choice or have even less of a choice than whether to become enmeshed in Amazon's businesses as a consumer. And it's surprising to me. It's very surprising how Amazon has flouted or how they flouted the the antitrust laws, and they've been able to conduct their business in such a way where, as of right now, um, their stock is going up. It's going to hit probably $5,000 a share in the next year or two. Um, and I'd be interested in seeing what percentage of Americans are Prime members. I was a Prime member until last year. I'll probably have to become a Prime member again the way things are going. But you know, when you have a business that becomes when you have a business that has the ability to force such a large sect of society to become so dependent upon their services, it's a dangerous thing because then they can control the masses. And then the business takes over the role of the government. And if not, they at least greatly influence it. It's not something that you want, folks. It's not something that anybody wants, you know? But to be fair, what I have to say about Amazon is Amazon has done everything in their power, at least for facial purposes and for superficial purposes. They've done everything in their power to try to incorporate the mom and pop shops and the mom and pop um, industries into their business structure. And I can give two examples of that right now. Green Leaders from Folsom, right? There's two businesses in Atlantic County. Oh, good morning too, AK lady. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing this right now. My brain is kind of halfway backwards today. I haven't gotten my second cup of coffee yet. But there are two businesses in Atlantic County. One's LEH Soap, Little Egg Harbor Soap. And I'm not picky with okay, maybe I am picky with a lot of things, but I'm picky when it comes to soap. Always have been. And they make really good men's soap. Well, now you can buy their products on Amazon. And I like the fact that Amazon has done that they've offered an avenue for mom and pop businesses to sell their products through their medium. I think that's a good thing. It's a very, very, very good thing. There's another company, and the name of it eludes me right now, but it's a honey company, and I'm pretty sure that they're out of um, Atlantic County. They may be out of Tuckerton, which is Ocean County. I don't know off the top of my head, but um, their their company is also an Amazon partner, if you can call it that. I guess by partner, what they mean is they get 99.99999 rounded percentages, percent of the profits, and you get 0.00000001% of the share. But hey, you're still an Amazon partner. You're still getting 70 to 80 K at the end of the day. I guess that beats the alternative of being put out of business and forced to sleep in the snow, right? Having something come in. It's like when I used to teach, I used to tell my students, give me something on the test. Something is always better than nothing, as a rule of thumb. Sometimes less is more, but you can never have less of nothing. Remember that. Knowledge to part today. I've ordered a couple things off of Amazon today or not today, that were due today that I know I'm probably not going to see before Friday that I need desperately. you know. I need some clothes, a couple just some lounging wear to wear, like, under my fleeces and this and that now that winter's here, and I have a feeling winter's here to stay for at least the next month, month and a half. I don't think we're gonna I'm no weatherman, but, like, judging by just by my senses, I don't think that we're gonna get a break much before March, early March, but is everybody stacked up on food for the house? I mean, I hope so. I mean, it's a type of weather where you really have to have the yin and yang, the blend between comfort food and meal food, and, we don't really have that here. Um, we have enough meal food probably to get us through the week if need be, which I anticipate driving to work tomorrow, but we don't have a whole lot of comfort food. Um, Salsas, tortilla chips, things of that nature, brownies, the type of stuff that I like to eat in weather like this. And I'm also being quite careful not to over caffeinate. Otherwise, I mean, it's not like I can get out to Retro Fitness today and go run 3 miles and lift weights. It's just not something I'm going to be able to do. How's everybody holding up with the weather? Green Leader, where's your pizza shop at? My guess is Hamilton or Egg Harbor Township, right? AK Lady, what part of Alaska do you live in? See how the market's doing today. Holy shnikes, it's kind of stagnant right now. I Oh, Green Leader, Angela's in Folsom. It's good stuff. That's good stuff. I've yet to uh I've yet to go to a bad pizza place in Hamilton or Folsom. The Italians down there, they know how to make their pizza in Folsom. It's good stuff. Um, when me and my significant other, we go out to a pizza place, she gets horrible, horrible heartburn. So, we've tried to lay off of the tomatoes and anything that's overly acidic for now. Green Leader, do me a favor. Don't waste your time with Bitcoin. Just don't do it. It's something that I'm not going to say it's ephemeral, that it's not here to stay because it is. Okay, but and this is a big but. Our government, like I thought this even 3 years ago, sitting at a Starbucks in Maitland, Florida, while I was thumbing through a Brad Thor novel, and that's the next thing I have to read today. But I thought that too. Bitcoin is always going to exist on the periphery of our society. Bitcoin is never going to make its way into the mainstream currency. And if you think about it in a way, if the rate of exchange is less or more for Bitcoin than it is for the US dollar, for the American dollar, right? Then in a way, Bitcoin's a competing currency that has no sovereign backing it. And of course, you're going to listen to all these people that are going to proffer all these mathematical models for Bitcoin success. Okay, and Bitcoin does have its success. I'm not going to dispute that. But that success comes at the compromise, or what's the other word I want to use? It comes at the compromise or the failure of sovereign currency. And that's a dangerous thing. To use Bitcoin and to use all these cryptocurrencies that are doing well, but aren't backed by any kind of tangible standard and don't have any regulatory body to regulate I its success is dangerous. And yes, people are going to say, okay, well, they're self-regulating because there's a mathematical model that is going to dictate what a cryptocurrency is worth at any given time. And yes, that's true, but that model is parasitic. That model is dependent upon um, mainstream currencies. So you see, What it's doing is Bitcoin is basically a currency that's eating at the flesh of the American dollar to an extent. I think so. And yes, I know that right now we'd have economists up, down, left, and right that'd be arguing with me left and that'd be arguing me all day long. But if you think about it in the larger scheme of things, Bitcoin and Amazon, okay, they're comparable in a sense that they're changing the economics of this country at a precipitous rate. They're forcing you, or Bitcoin's at least trying to. Amazon's doing with far, far, far greater success, and it's much more developed than Bitcoin. But they're forcing you to live your life a certain way that you're not used to in mainstream America. You know, and that's just what it is. Well, folks, what I will say is I'm going to leave you with this bit of advice. We have a gubernatorial race in New Jersey that's kind of lingering on the periphery, and people aren't talking a whole lot about it. Murphy's running for re-election. The Republican challenger. Oh, look, I lost a viewer just as I talked about the gubernatorial race. I'm joking. The Republican challenger's kind of undecided. Jack Citarelli, who's from the county that I grew up in, Somerset County, is running for the nomination. I'm predisposed or inclined not to want to vote for him. Um, I agree with 75% of what he says. But when you sell me ideals and you don't have a way to deliver them, you have no method of delivery, those ideals are about as useful as what lays in the toilet bulb. Okay. But folks, I'm deucing out for now. Keep a good eye on Nokia stock, NYSE ticker symbol NOK. Okay, Nokia stock. I'm trying to read Hiram Biffenum's comment. Hiram's a good friend of mine. Um, let me see before I log off. That's amazing, Matt. A YouTuber behavior, healthcare buy. Use the same phrase you once did on this subject. Needing a chair to sit in when the music stops. A guy named Ty Grant. It was in reference to the GameStop controversy. Hiram, best advice to you is whatever money you have, open up a TD Ameritrade account or a brokerage account. Put it in Nokia. Let the money simmer for about the next 2, 3 months and see what happens. All right, brother? Stay safe, everybody.